Have you ever just looked at someone who's an expert at something and wondered, how? How do they do that? It can feel like magic, right? Well, today, we're going to pull back the curtain on a huge psychological discovery. We're going to explore the hidden architecture of expertise and see exactly how skills get built, piece by piece.
So let's just start with the big question, the one we all have. When you see somebody who just crushes it, are they a natural? Were they just born with some mysterious talent for music or math or whatever? Or is it something that's actually built? That's really the core idea we're going to unpack today.
You know, what's amazing is that the research here is super clear. Those incredible skills we admire, they aren't some kind of magical gift from the universe. Nope. They are the result of a very real, very observable process. So, what does that process actually look like?
Okay, to really get this, we've got to rewind. Let's go all the way back to the very beginning to see how the first, tiniest little piece of a skill gets formed. And we'll use an example I think we can all remember.
Just picture a little kid learning addition for the very first time. They see this problem and it is not obvious. There's a real struggle going on, a lot of conscious effort. They might be counting on their fingers, 5, 6, 7, 8. It takes work, it takes real focus.
So what happens after that kid solves this problem, and then another one just like it, and another, over and over and over again? This is where the magic starts to happen. With every single repetition, the brain starts to forge a new, faster pathway. Something really powerful is being built, right under the surface.
And that leads us right to the breakthrough moment. This is the point where all that hard work, all that conscious struggle finally pays off. It transforms that deliberate effort into something else entirely. It's that moment a mental process just becomes automatic.
Yeah, after enough practice, the child doesn't need to count anymore. They see 5 plus 3, and the answer 8 just appears in their mind instantly. That mental process is now automatic. We call that a habit. Conscious thought has been totally replaced by effortless recall.
Now, okay, let's zoom out for a second. That one little habit, knowing that 5 plus 3 is 8, that's just one single brick. A real ability, like being good at math, isn't made of one brick. It's an entire structure built from hundreds, maybe even thousands of these tiny interconnected habits.
And this is really how it works. I mean, think about it. The ability to instantly recognize numbers, that's a habit. Adding small values together, like we just saw, that's another habit. Seeing patterns in the numbers, yep, that's a habit too. All these little automatic things start to link up and interlock, creating something way bigger and way more powerful.
So let's just map this whole journey out. It all starts with conscious practice on one little task. That practice, with a lot of repetition, forges a small automatic habit. Then you build many of these little habits, and they all connect and organize themselves into a complex, powerful ability. That right there, that's the fundamental architecture of pretty much any skill.
And here's the coolest part. This isn't just a nice theory, This whole process, this architecture of expertise, is something that scientists can actually observe and measure. It basically took learning out of the realm of mystery and put it firmly into the world of science.
Using really controlled studies and precise measurements, researchers can literally watch learning happen. They can map out exactly how much someone improves, how fast that progress is actually unfolding, and they can even pinpoint the specific conditions like getting good feedback or doing focused practice that make the whole process go faster. It's not a guessing game anymore. And look, this understanding, it changed everything. It completely shifted our view of learning away from this old idea of just fixed innate talent. It showed us that abilities aren't these things you either have or you don't. They are structures that we can all actively build brick by brick, habit by habit. So what's the big takeaway from all this? It's this incredibly powerful idea. Great abilities are not born overnight. They are built one small habit at a time. Every single problem you solve, every repetition you do, is another brick being laid in that structure. Expertise isn't some stroke of luck. It's an architecture of effort.